Is it the optimistic person or the pessimistic person? The optimist or the pessimist? Who navigates life better? Alright? So, usually when people are distinguishing between these two, optimist and pessimist, they bring up this illustration of a not full glass of water. Yeah? So, the person sees the glass as half full. The pessimistic person sees the glass as half empty. So the optimistic person, I already said, is that person who is always seeing good, even in the worst case scenario. But of course, we know what's happening with modern life today. Life as we know it today has so many. Sometimes these challenges just really make it a little optimistic. Sometimes people who are optimistic, it's as if it gets to that point that you're almost going to want to sound like every other person who is pessimistic, because of the crazy things that are happening in the world today. So many crazy things happening. Anyway, the pessimist is the person who sees the downside to every event, no matter how good it is. Like this Dangote refinery that has every negative thing to say about things that you not even imagined, that you never even thought about. But then people usually see the pessimist as a realistic person. They feel like these are the ones who they follow life the way it is. They're not dreaming any dreaming. They're not living in la la land, unlike the optimistic person who is deceiving themselves. Those ones, they don't want to face reality. You know that this is the way things are going. Things are bad. We tell you, are you not living in this Nigeria? You know things work together for good. Oh yeah, now let's see. How is your life going? Alright? So back to question. Who navigates life better? Is that one who the majority calls realistic? Because if it's bad, he's seeing the bad in the bad. And even if it's good, he still points you to the bad in the good. I remember I've seen a couple of such videos or maybe pictures on social media where some people would decide to go skydiving, all this kind of extreme sports people like to get involved in, and they call it leisure. I don't know how that is enjoyable. And sometimes you hear me I cannot try this one. First of all, I'll be imagining what might go wrong. Maybe when it's my turn, something will spoil. The usual that's people might brain. I'd rather be considering what is my turn to jump out of that airplane. That is when I'll be bad. That person that fixed my parachutes did not do it well. So people usually tend to feel or think life is everything is not coated with sugar, and if it's coated with sugar, what's underneath it? But your optimist person will be thinking about the enjoyment that would come from the skydiving. Would not even consider that what if your parachute refuses to open while you're up there? What's gonna happen? So who navigates life better? It's optimistic person, the person who's always seeing the good side or the good out of every situation. This person who's always hopeful and confident of the future, or about the future. Or is it the pessimist? That person who tends to see the worst aspects of things, or believe that the worst might happen. Let's talk. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. You can also head on to Facebook. Let's hear from you. Drop a comment there on Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's it for Facebook. And then on Twitter, we're Nigeria Info PH. You can also get on Instagram, Nigeria Info FM _PH. Alright, so for your WhatsApp messages, do well to send them to 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. And then, are you mostly an optimistic person or mostly a pessimistic person? Now, I'm not asking if you are an optimist or a pessimist, because I actually, although I've seen someone who tends to just be pessimistic about everything, and I'm surprised that any human being would be like that. But I believe that most people are either optimistic or pessimistic depending on the situation. So I'm asking what you are mostly. All right, mostly optimistic or mostly pessimistic. So let's hear from you. Celestine is calling from Roma. Hello, Celestine.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome, Lord.
Okay, straight with the optimistic navigate style.
Why do you think so?
Because he sees opportunity and believes in the outcome will be better.
What if the outcome isn't better?
No, it's one of the risks in life. Without making a movement, you cannot make a progress. So if you compare with the pessimist, he never takes any chance, and he never knows which one will work out fine. So it's better to be optimistic in life. Hope for the best and be prepared for the worst. That's optimism.
Oh, okay. All right, Celestine. So you all right? Thank you very much for calling, though. Let me just continue, though. So he says, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So isn't this being optimistic and pessimistic at the same time? So I'm hoping for the best in this situation, but I'm not 100% into it because I also prepare for the worst. Because in as much as I'm hoping for the best, it might turn out for the worst. So aren't you being optimistic and then still being pessimistic? On one hand, you're expecting to see the best, and on the other hand, you're also expecting to see the worst. So are you saying that to navigate life, you have to be optimistic and pessimistic at the same time? Or what are you saying? All right, let's hear from you, though. What's your take? The optimist and pessimist. Who navigates life better? Who is able to scale through life better? Remember that people believe that the pessimist, even one who is usually prepared, whereas the optimist is looking at how things are going to be for good, the pessimist is already thinking 1 steps ahead about how these things might actually turn out well. So my scholar says that the pessimist never prepares, never takes a step. But I actually disagree. They do take steps. They do move out. They actually do. But they're not the ones who are going to go out and they're trusting everybody. They don't trust you. Yeah, I've heard people who would say, I don't trust anybody, no matter who you are. Be you my best friend. I don't even have a best friend. Be you my spouse. Be you my mother. Be you my... Because human beings are evil. No in-betweens. Gray area. If it's not black and or it's not, it's lit. That's how we're going to do this. So, that's the pessimist. But the optimist person would just trust that if we're getting into this business together, you've given your word. The optimist is going to trust that you're going to come through, that you will stay true to your words, that it's going to work out. But my first caller, Celestine, says, from his argument, what he's saying is that the optimist person, yes, he believes he hopes, but then he prepares for the worst. He still prepares for the worst. So, somehow, somewhere in the heart of the optimist, there is some form of pessimism. All right, let's hear from you, though. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0007. Oh, it's on WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Constance. Pessimistic person can achieve little or nothing when life opportunity presents itself compared to an optic person. Your perception of life events either enhances or hinders your progress. So, in a nutshell, optimistic persons navigator. Peter Bright here from Moma. And with this whole optimism and pessimism, they also apply to this country called Nigeria. Because in people who are very optimistic about their lives, about their future, about destiny, about everything about them, but they're so pessimistic about it. Oh, they do not believe that this will ever turn out for the better. Nah. So there are situations where they hope for the best, and then there's this other situation where they do not see the good at all. They do not even believe that something good is going to come out of this. Optimist versus pessimist. Who navigates life better? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007. So someone sent me a cartoon here, quite funny. So the cartoon, the man goes to see a babalawo, I suppose, and says, I have a wife. We have Kashimo. Hello, Mr. Zion.
Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon, Mr. Zion. You're welcome.
The pessimists get life better, and they always come home with a tangible result.
Why do you say so?
Look at Dangote. It's a pessimist.
Pessimist?
No filling station, no refinery. The man went to work and he gave us a refinery.
It doesn't make him a pessimist.
It's so what?
It doesn't make him a pessimist. It means he saw the good in the whole ugly situation.
He saw the need, not the good. He saw the need.
Oh.
That is why he went there. But the Nigerian government is so optimistic. He go work, turn around maintenance. We are hopeful. The refineries will work. We have been hopeful for many years. Is there refinery? But this is a business. We believe. You know day. Let us go for the solution.
I never saw that.
It's as simple as that. You know day. Somebody is hungry. You are telling him it is well. We need money. You are telling us it is well. And something that are causing us more problem and high blood pressure in this country. But look at the pessimists. You know, no money. We don't sleep for this house today. They crazy. They look at the reality of life. Working no day, no day, what they provide, and also applicable to our individual life. And you see this thing, it is well. I don't like that comment.
Why?
It is not well. It is availability of that substance that's so needed. So the person navigate life better. They give you the solution when the solution is needed.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Zion. I mean, I never saw things from that angle. Wow. I'm sure you've heard something and you've also picked something. All right, let's see here. Dave says, good afternoon, Constance. The people are words. They are afraid to dare. Only that if we're going for this skydiving, there is tendency that maybe the plane will develop faults and we will not now have time to fix everything. So you say, we're not fixing parachutes up there. We'll fix it here. Now let's test it and be sure. Don't hear they shoot bird, the mama fly. So he's looking at it from the angle of, if it go bad, it might not turn out well. So let's make sure that or maybe I'm the one who's not getting this rightly. Someone should talk to me, all right? I believe Mr. Zion also shares my view. But let's hear from Ikechi. Hi, Ikechi from Eneka. Good afternoon, Mr. Ikechi. You're on air.
Finally. Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ikechi. Go on, please.
Yes, on the topic that we're discussing, optimism versus pessimism. Well, I would say personally that optimism, in order to counter Mr. Zion.
All right.
Pessimism is not the litmus test to doing something seemingly impossible. A pessimist is always seeing things from the negative part of view, but an optimist is always seeing things from the positive part of view, yet being cautious. You can be an optimist and yet you are careful. There are segments that you make to reach a positive outcome. Dangote didn't build the refinery because he is a pessimist. He built it because he saw a business opportunity and he decided to head for it even with no proper structure in the country. So that doesn't make him a pessimist. And secondly, I believe that being an optimist is a better solution than being a pessimist. Negativity has never happened, but let me narrate you a story told by one John Yenlu. It all starts with this young man, a set of 300 Buddhists came to a poisoned lake. This was a real story. And when they came to the poisoned lake, they said, okay, let us think positive thoughts about the lake. Oh, we love the lake is pure, the lake is this. They sat around the lake and they were thinking positive thoughts about it. Do you know hours later, when the water in the lake was tested, there was no longer any poison inside of it?
Wow.
That shows you that the power of positive thinking, the power of your thinking can affect reality. So, in other words, optimism is better than pessimism. If you're an optimist, also be very, very careful. And also, when certain situations happen like this, I will not say it is well, I will say better days are here.
So what is wrong with saying it is well?
There is nothing wrong with saying it is well. It depends on the mentality of those who are saying it and the spiritual standing that they have in God. Because positive confession without righteousness in place is suicide without meaning. So I sincerely believe that if you are an optimist, you must be cautious and you must know your onions in the good things that you do. If something is finishing in the house, something that I do in my family, what I say is, the crayfish is plenty, or the king tomatoes is plenty. By that, they know that we should restock. So that is positive confession, coupled with an optimistic mindset. In order not to waste your time, in conclusion, I sincerely believe, which it has also been tested, that optimism with cautious behavior is a much better way to live life as a human being than pessimism. Pessimism is demonic, and optimism is much more the best way to live life than to live it as a pessimist. Mr. Ikechi.
All right, thank you very much for calling, Mr. Ikechi. So he does not believe that Dangote is a pessimist, like Mr. Zion had tried to paint. So he's seeing it from the angle that in the same country where a lot of people do not believe that something good is going to come out of, he invested so much and put in the work to make that happen. He has to see bad as bad. He sees no day as no day, and so that means we have to make it happen for it to be there. Another person says no, it's the optimistic person. The optimist is the one who sees life, even though things are bad, he sees that there is actually light at the end of this tunnel. I remember someone, was it Mark Angel who made that skit where he said they are wicked? Why would they put the lights at the end of the tunnel? Why is it not at the beginning? Oh God. So who do you think navigates life better? Is it the person who sees the good, the possible good in every situation? Or is it the one who tends to see the bad in every situation? I still believe that a pessimist actually makes a move. I believe pessimism, optimism, it's all a mindset. We're both moving. We're both on a journey. But it's the mindset with which we are embarking on that journey. So I don't think one person is just sitting folding their arms and no balance. Now Kuku sit down here where chair go balancing. I don't think that's what it means to be pessimist. So talk to me. 0817-930-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007. So Winston Churchill says the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, while the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. So who navigates life better? Remember that people actually usually would attribute reality, facing life as it is, to the pessimist. He's not there to start saying it is well when it is obviously not well. I don't have money. Which one is it is well? It's not well. That's the pessimist. Nigeria, but I beg you, which Nigeria not seeing the way things are? Well, we have been recycling the same pieces, and you should stop talking too much. That's the pessimist. You vote, we can't vote. Oh, now come and tell us what happened during the election. You people in that radio station can be talking and disturb everybody's ear. But the optimists, like we are, we wish you know. Yes, go out and vote. Whether it is counting or not, it will count. Exercise your civic responsibility. On the line. Hello, Sam.
Constance, how you doing?
I'm fine, Sam.
It's an honor to be on your show, my dear.
Hallelujah.
All right, so I was listening. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go on.
Yeah, so I'm trying very hard not to react to what the person said earlier. I think the person who used Dangote as an example.
No way. Sam, you have to call back. I don't think Sam is around. I would have said come over to the studio. But Sam, please do well to call back, all right? Who is this? Good afternoon, Constance. Have you heard of the statement, in a time of peace, prepare for war? I agree with it. The fact that an optimistic person prepares for the worst and hopes for the best doesn't make him a pessimist. An optimistic person has the ability to adjust in any situation. The pessimist is limited because of his thinking. All right. Why is it always that every project in Nigeria is the best in Africa? Well, because we are the giant of Africa. We can't help it. The optimist has instinct for survival. How? Help me understand how he has an instinct for survival. Because I'm basically asking who navigates life, who survives, who thrives better. Is it the person who can look at the situation and can see the possibility of this thing going wrong or not turning out well, and this can actually sit and point to it? The person that can actually see that the thing is not going well and can see the possibility of it turning out well. This thing can actually be better. So Mr. Zion brought our attention to the Nigerian refineries and how they've not been working to their optimal capacity all these while. And he talked about how the government over the years, they've been trying to revamp refineries, doing this and that, and how it's not worked despite all their efforts. And he says that the Nigerian government is optimistic, and that's why they're seeing something that is not working and they're still pumping money into it. It's not working. Optimistic to hope for the best, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of how bad it is. You're seeing but does it amount to, because we talk about doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, madness, right? And like that, from that point of optimism, we'll talk about this break. Stay tuned.
The show continues after this Nigeria in.
The good people of Nigeria, the elections have come up and it can still spread like wildfire.
People share fake news simply because they fail to think sufficiently about whether or not the content is accurate when deciding what to share.
Fake news can cause conflict, which can lead to violence, destruction of properties, and even death.
Some people create news intentionally to cause chaos and harm, mislead others, and delegitimize key democratic institutions.
Do not share any message without verifying the source. You could be misleading others.
If you cannot independently verify that story, don't share it.
Read, verify, and confirm before you share. This message is brought to you by the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the National Endowment for Democracy, NE.
Nigeria.
So that's what it is. But
All right. Thank you very much, Sam.
you're welcome.
Okay, so we'll continue with the conversation after the stories. All right, so you stick around for that one. I would like to find out from you. Have you ever did not pay attention to that song, you might think he's singing to God. But no. Well, hey, people who are in relationships, serious relationship, whether you're married or planning to get married, or you're just, still observing things, I hope you picked something. Well, in case you didn't hear the song well, the song is titled Holy. It's by Florida George Line. Please go and find the song. Look out for the lyrics. You have some nice things you can actually send to your better half, to that person that you love. Imagine just telling someone, I'm high on loving you. You are holy. Man, that's a beautiful one. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Different ideologies,
different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.
Yeah, welcome back now. 8 minutes past 1. Good afternoon to you once again. My name is Constance. So we've been talking about pessimism and optimism. So we'll be looking at those two personality traits. On one hand, someone looks out for the best in every situation, is always looking for the positive. This person is more positive. And then on the other hand, the other person, who is the pessimist, is always looking out for an unfavorable outcome. This person has a more negative outlook when it comes to life. And see, people believe that the pessimist is the one who has a realistic view of life. A lot of people think so. They think because this person is actually always suspicious, even when things are good. Yeah, I've met such people I know someone who had a heartbreak, all right, and then some other person came into her life and was loving her. I mean, I've met like two different, it's been there's been a male and a female, in this category. And it's usually the same thing. So another person comes into their life and they're looking at the person with one eye. Their love is no longer blind. Their eyes are open. They're even wearing, their eyes are clean. They can see well. There's no, they're even suspecting that this love is too much. I've heard someone actually tell me that the love he's getting from his girlfriend, they're not married, that it was too much. It's like, this lady can love, Sometimes I feel like telling her to slow down because the way she's loving me, I don't understand. I've also heard a lady say the same thing. Oh, yeah, and they're also married right now. This is love. May not be like say, because me, I don't understand all this loving somebody like this. Is this person for real? So you see something going well, something looking beautiful, you're having an everyday life, but you don't want to do the you just want to, you're doing They say I love you, say okay, so I say I love you. Oh yeah, no, I love you too. Yeah. So sometimes that's the pessimist, and sometimes people become pessimistic not as a result of bitter experiences, and sometimes it's not something that happened once. It's something that has happened over and over and over, and then they stop because of them who have been in relationships. And there are people that have done businesses with people, and they've decided they're not doing business with anybody. Oh man, mind your business. The same thing. We've talked about borrowing money, loaning money to people. Oh yeah, we even talked about loaning money to your loved one on Saturday. And you also find out that a lot of people too who have been very generous, benevolent, they are the giving type. All right, but because they've given to people who either did not appreciate, or they loaned people money and the people did not pay 50,000 again. They were trained, they were brought up. So pessimism, optimism. All right, so I'm still asking you to tell me who navigates life better. Is it the person who is most likely to see that there may not be good out of this, in as much as it's looking really good? Or is it the person that, even though it's not looking good, the person would believe that something good might come out of this? Let's give it all it takes. Let's push. A lot of people are not taking chances on other people today. They're not allowing people into their space. People would have learned a lot from them. People would have benefited from them. But it's no longer happening. Why? Because some other persons came into their lives and went to bring poto and just painted them with poto, and they've decided, you know what? My knowledge will die with me. What I know for myself and my family members, and that's it. If I'm ever gonna open myself up to anybody, they must pay. Optimism, pessimism. So the optimist and the pessimist, who navigates life better? Who survives better? Who thrives better? Remember, it's not a spirit. Well, I'm sure if we look deeply, we might be finding some spirits involved, right? Yeah, there may be some demons involved as well in pessimism. I think if we actually look really deep, we'll find them there. So let me not rule out the possibility of it being a spirit. It might be a spirit of optimism and a spirit of pessimism. All right. So are you mostly an optimistic person, or are you mostly a pessimist? That's the second question. I would like to hear from you. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0007 and 0817 923 0002. You can also send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416. My name is Mighty Man Samuel. All right, Mighty Man Samuel on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, Constance. You're doing a great job. All right, thank you. I think the optimist navigates life better because a better life is a happy life. The pessimist views life in the negative parts. They never would hope for any better thing. Yes, pessimism would definitely doom your life and career. And excessive optimism is also not good because there will be a time when you will need to have a realistic approach and gauge things as they are so that you can think of dealing with them in a better way without consoling yourself that everything will be good. Being realistic at times makes you to take action in whatever you do. So here's someone who is also somehow agreeing that pessimism is the same thing as being a realistic person or a realist. All right. Thank you very much for your message. All right, looking at what's this place now? It's called Facebook. And to think that I'm looking at the Facebook and yet, oh God have mercy. All right, Mendy Davis on Facebook says, the thing is that optimists are the ones who actually navigate life better. To get the best of life, you have to see the best of life. John Kennedy, I really do hope that what you're complaining about has been fixed. He was talking about poor audio or so. Good day, Constant. If your shows were a religious gathering, I would join the fellowship without knowing the name of it. Wow. I hope people are getting vibes from this show. Like, if not from the songs, from the comments. Oh my goodness. If your shows were a religious gathering, I would join the fellowship without knowing the name of it. Kai! I think someone should pick this line and do something with it. Really. Anyway, thank you very much. AKP, you say the pessimist, in my opinion, using the Dangote analogy, will not even take the risk of investment. The optimist, on the other hand, goes on every time until he eventually succeeds. Will you now say Dangote is a pessimist or optimist? I am optimistic about Nigeria and everyone that is, by any hierarchy, my leader. I will always respect. Thank you. All right, thank you very much, AKP. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, or 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. It is the sunny side. Let's hear from you, okay? We all do not have to believe the same way, the same things, And that's what I love about the sunny side, right? So you get to bring your views from whatever angles you like to take the conversation. We're here. We like to hear them. Bring your views, bring your analogy of whatever we're discussing. Let's get your perception on what we are talking about. So are there even advantages of being pessimistic? Perhaps there are. Or maybe there are none. All right, another person says, greetings to you, the presenter. Indeed, pessimism is a sign of failure because there is no error in trial, as one must give everything a try, and this is the only way to discover new grounds. Just like I believe, and I am optimistic, that Nigeria will be greater as a country, being a developing nation that has continued with steady growth on all fronts. To be optimistic is being positive. Chile Edwin. All right, thank you very much, Chile Edwin. All right, so far, I've not really had a lot of people, talking about pessimism, being a good thing. I think it's just one person so far. I know a guy who, after a series of heartbreaks, he went from optimist to very annoying pessimist when it comes to relationship. Oh Jesus, that guy does not believe in love anymore, especially after the last one. Oh, the last one was terrible. It shattered him. He doesn't, in fact, females became like demons as far as that young man is concerned. Anyone who is female, no, you're a devil. Forget it. You want to do anything with women, nothing good would come out of it. He sees people trying to get into a relationship or in a relationship, trying to take it further, and he will find every means possible to discourage any young man close to him. Yes, anyone who's trying to pursue a relationship or move their relationship to the next level, to the permanent site. His posts on WhatsApp, oh God, you don't want to see those posts. But when he was in a relationship, oh my word, we did not see road. Love was the sweetest thing ever. His life was the best. So yeah, pessimism. Sometimes people become pessimists as a result of negative experiences that they've had. And I also pointed out that you also find out that people are not pessimists about everything. The same way people are also not optimistic about everything. Or maybe there are people who are like that. I don't know. So there are situations where a person can just choose to be pessimist. Perhaps they don't want to do the work involved. They know that if they should look at that thing and ever open their mouth to say that there is good that could come out of it, then the job, now you go do it. So they will be the first person to start condemning, to start pointing out all the things that would go wrong, so that nobody will remember them and give them the work. People do that even at the office. They're talking about doing something, working on a new project or anything at work, but because you know that if you bring that suggestion, now you go do them. You could come open mouth and tell everybody that thing it does not really make sense. It will not really work. No, it won't work. If we do that one now, this one, like this person will just find a way to push everything down because they don't want to handle that. The responsibility is going to fall on them and they don't want it. So sometimes people are pessimistic out of laziness. Or they're just dodging work. Maybe they're not lazy necessarily, yeah? or maybe they already have a lot they're doing and they don't want to add more to their plate, and they can't even start explaining to other people, perhaps even a boss, that see, my hands are full, I can't take on another one. So instead of having to put themselves in that very situation that they don't want to be in, it's better we talk about how the thing will not work. Let all of us see that it will not work, so that I will not be the ones that they will now be calling bad person because I said I can't take on another work. My hands are full. They will now start talking like what I don't know. So to avoid that thing, you see the negative, you see the unfavorable outcome, you see the worst in that particular project. And perhaps the same person who was pessimistic about a particular project could wake up one day after they have cleared their table, they're done doing every other thing they were doing, and now they're free. They will now come up with how maybe that thing could work, because now they are ready to do the work. Yeah, human beings are like that. Anonymous says neither. Okay, and that's because this neither is to the question, the pessimist and the optimist, who navigates life better. So Anonymous says neither of them. And that's because I've seen enough to know that you cannot depend on physical circumstances for your peace of mind. Some circumstances are contrived, some are false evidence that appear real, and with some, the information you have is incomplete. If someone had told me at the beginning of the year I got married that it will happen, I would have said not possible based on the circumstances, and I thought I was a realist. Wow. All right, I'll come back to your messages, Anonymous. Let's go on a commercial break. Just stay tuned.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.
I don't want to wait.
All right, welcome back now. So back to the message from Anonymous. Anonymous says, my husband and I were not dating. We knew each other, but we were not even in touch at the beginning of that year. So if I had been told, I would have been like, how? And either dismissed. So optimism, it means before. Part of it is that you can actually see a situation as, okay, this is not going to kill us. All right. Yeah, we may not get the positive outcome we would have loved to get, but based on what we're seeing right now, let's just see this as an opportunity to learn. So you have come to do this work, and it has shown that you will not be paid, and you have put in a lot to get it happen, and perhaps you also met people. And so you tell yourself, all right, fine, they did not pay me, but I'm seeing this as a learning curve. I've made some contacts. I have also learned some other things that I didn't know. So that's enough. That's it. Life goes on. We move, like Nigerians would say. So someone who is optimistic is not necessarily a happy person. They'll say, oh, optimistic people are always happy. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's just being hopeful. That's just what it is. So you may not like the circumstance, you may not like the situation, you may not like even what the outcome would be physically. All right, but you just tell yourself that life goes on. I can endure this. I can learn from this, or this can be fixed. So it depends on what the situation is, right? So that's it. I think I have to be more optimistic. I don't even know what I did with that particular article, but it's all good. I think I'm going to have to leave it there. But one of the things I remember I saw was that you should stop living to impress others. I'm also going to add, stop living to prove anything to people. It's something I've noticed that a lot of people actually do. I don't know if it's a lot of people, but many people do that. Living their life with that mindset of, let me show them, all my enemies. You know, that kind of mindset. Just live your life. Don't prove anything. You're not competing with anybody. Just live your life. Stop living to impress people. They might not even be taking notes. You're wasting your time. All right. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. This is where we say thank you again. All right. So we have Talk Your Own coming up at 1:30. And of course, 2 o'clock, I'll be back here with the news. And afterwards, the Pastor Wisdom series should be here for Family Matters. All right, just stay tuned for Nigeria Info.
Politics, business, lifestyle, economy.